guys already know this is the main one tapping in all the way from H-Town, Houston, Texas. I'm here with my boy T.A.G.
T.A.G.
T.A.G. sucks.
T.A.G. very nice, very evil.
T.A.G.'s gonna kill you.
That's T.A.G. shit.
Whose house? T.A.G.'s house, baby.
The only thing we're gonna do is take over, baby.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Free fall as I dive through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really.
Man, every time I see that intro, it just
keeps getting
so
better,
amazing.
man.
It just
keeps getting better.
gets better and better. And you know what else gets better? Another episode of Tag Me In, aka TMI, with your boys. Tag. Tag.
It's,
you know what I'm saying?
Little spoiler. There's gonna be something right about here,
right above there, right above there,
right above my head. There's gonna be something right about here by the next time y'all see me.
I feel that. And I'm the commish, Scoot Von Evans. To the left, Lip Dizzle, aka Mr. R&D TPC. Is R&D mean for research and development?
That's what I was about to ask.
It could, but no, it stands for reigning and defending.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Reigning and defending Tag's technical predictions champion, Lip Dizzle, and he's updating his name because he is technically R&D.
Oh, I can't do it right now. Can't do it right now, but the next time you're gonna have that right there.
Well, the gentleman to my right, with our official mascot in the background, he is your reigning, defending Tag's predictions champion, Jaeger Bombastic. So fantastic, he's the heartthrob of this all. But yeah, gentlemen, how y'all doing and feeling?
No complaints.
No damn paradise, man.
All right, well, Tag Nation, since the last time we did this, there's been some moving and shaking, and mainly in the world of WWE. The Friday after we recorded, 23 superstars, got released.
God.
Damn. Just to go down the list, you had Kairi Sane, Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, Uncle Howdy / Dallas, Cross, Santos Escobar, Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, Dexter Lumis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Andre Chase, Zoe Stark, Alba Fire, Tyra May Steele, Serena Linton, Tyson DuPont, Tyreek Ingwe, Chris Island, Malik Blade, and Trill London. Now, the last few names were in between Evolve and NXT, but yeah, this is a pretty hefty list. And I think with this, what makes it crazy is Aleister and Zelina were actually in the middle of some shit.
Yes,
they were doing some things.
Also, Zelina was finally able to work with her husband.
Yeah. And word from the curb is Kairi Sane wanted to go home, so she wanted to go back to Japan. So most likely that's probably why she was let out of her contract early. Then I was like, damn, you couldn't do nothing else with the Wyatts. You couldn't break it up and repackage them or anything. You were just like, nah, fuck it, let all 6 of them go.
Well, from what that video you sent. From that video you sent, it looks like Dexter Lumis is getting back to work somewhere, and with his old flame.
But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he go to TNA and just become Samuel Shaw again.
I like that little montage of Indy being the one to trim him up, clean him up.
Mm-hmm. Santos Escobar, he just came back to AAA. Motor City Machine Guns, they was kind of teasing the angle where it looks like they was probably going to break up, but it was just like, nah, get rid of all of it. Zoe Stark was just cleared, apparently. So it was like, nah.
So I'm glad you're healthy. Take it elsewhere.
Pretty much. Now I did see something right when we was before I hit record that apparently they were saying there's a rumor that apparently somebody up in TKO didn't like the ookie spooky type characters. So the reason why the Wyatts, Alistair, and Zelina are gone. You know,
I like the term ookie spooky though.
Ookie spooky. So, but with that being said, Mr. R&D TPC, what are your thoughts on all of this?
A lot of stuff makes sense now, especially given the Aleister Black situation. If TKO didn't like his type of character, and then him being involved in what could be potentially be the main event or a prominent match between him and Randy Orton at Mania, yeah, I can see that. Now, there's this whole thing with the releases is no surprise. I mean, it was bound to happen either way, because WWE does this shit every year around this time.
Right after Mania, though.
Yeah. I mean, if it wasn't right after, it was going to be right before the proverbial draft that would happen. But
that's true.
I'm not surprised with the Wyatt 6 being released. I mean, they weren't gaining traction. WWE wasn't really doing anything prominent with them. They dropped the ball on a number of occasions. It's not surprising, especially when you do something that would be considered in bad taste. I mean, it sounded good at first, wanting to honor Bray Wyatt and them doing a certain, but it's like it only had so much life left, for them to do anything that would have benefited that they would have benefited from, because once you ride that nostalgia high and you get everybody that's sentimental about Bray Wyatt into the mix, and then you start to fizzle out and you don't do anything with the people that's connected to this, and they're just riding off of that, it's DOA. It's DOA immediately. And it was just, they really were just on borrowed time. So
unfortunately,
as far as everybody else though, minus NXT, I mean, NXT, they got so many people coming in out of the Performance Center. Yeah, that's the first people to go. They're gonna pick names out of a fucking hat and say, "Hey, you gone." And
speaking of, since you brought it up, that's why now people in NXT are a little confused, especially with Tyra May Steele, because it's like she won LFG, and now she's out of here. So now it's like, well, what's the point of LFG, especially now since LFG has changed the idea of the show? Like, it's now more or less these four legends are coaching these people to become superstars rather than the whole team-based thing that they were doing. So
that sounds like Ultimate Fighter, but yeah.
Well, it's a glorified Tough Enough at this point.
I was about to say there's really more Tough Enough now.
There you go.
And I mean, who do you really remember come out of Tough Enough that won outside of Maven?
Oh, that won? Nydia.
Which she didn't really do much outside of be a valet.
You gotta think the only ones from Tough Enough that really did something with their lives was The Miz and Morrison.
And the crazy thing is, Miz, neither one of them won.
And neither one of them won?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, the only thing that really upsets me about these releases is Kyrie, Alistair. I mean, Zelina is more so attached to Alistair than anything.
Yeah. It upsets me, but
Motor City Machine Guns, because it's like you brought them in for a cup of coffee, and
they made a year and some change.
Did nothing with them. Disrespectful portions of this would be Alba Fire to an extent, because it's like once Chelsea Green got hurt, it was like, hey, guess what? We can go ahead and snip your cord.
especially since Piper is out too. So yeah,
exactly. So it's like you could have easily slotted because I mean the women's division needs fucking help. It's not Alba Fire is a good hand to have, but you know, hey, the fuck do I know? Santos and Zoe Stark were the worst offenders of this shit because one, Santos, you did this whole quote unquote bidding war thing with him once you know he got released the first time, and then you brought him back after he was ready to go. Then you bring him back, put him in AAA, he gets hurt, and then you say, go ahead and take
second thought, you know what? Yeah, on second thought, we can go ahead and release you, big dog.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy because he could have been making money elsewhere, being prominent in an AEW.
Exactly.
Zoe Stark,
AEW, wherever.
Zoe Stark, very disrespectful because she spent all that time being hurt and working her way back, especially after that gruesome injury that she had.
Jeez,
she gets cleared, and then you fucking release her, not even giving her a chance to get back in the ring to do what she loves. Now she's gonna have to wait even longer. To wait out time to then get back into the ring after she was already ready to get back in the ring. Bullshit.
Should have let her go when she started her injury.
Speaking of time, Samantha did post on her Instagram that she got 6 months left.
Which Samantha? Irvin?
Well, yeah, formerly Samantha Irvin. Yeah, that she still got 6 months left before she could do something.
That's crazy.
6 months?
Yeah. Well, remember, I think she was on like a 3-year. It was something crazy. Her non-compete was something crazy, and she posted that she still got like 6 months left.
So, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But of course,
the wild word, man.
The biggest one out of this, Kairi Sane, because
she was still active.
She was in the middle of a storyline.
She was in the middle of a storyline
that was basically literally in the middle of its, because I mean you didn't reach any point to where you can even remotely
off ramp her
conclude the story at all, because she was supposed to get her comeuppance against Asuka at some point. So you just gonna write her off after she just been emotionally dog walked?
It looked awkward on Monday when EO took on Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship, and Asuka came out there to interfere. You can tell they purposely did it that way to not have any like backstage segments or anything to kind of skate around the fact that, you know, Kairi isn't there. But of course the fans was chanting on Kairi. But yeah.
But, hey, releases are gonna, and there's probably more on the way. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I could see maybe in a couple of months, if unless TKO is doing some serious number crunching and everything like that. But interesting two things. And Jaeger, I'm gonna get your thoughts on this. So Bully Ray, he pretty much spoke on these releases, and he says, I give them no advice, they're gone. But I really don't have advice for these other talents. Maybe you should have taken it more seriously. Maybe you should have shook hands. Maybe you should have been more polite. Maybe you should have busted your ass a little more. Maybe you should have cut a better promo. This is not a business for boys and girls. It's a business for men and women, and I'm not here to coddle anybody. Personally, I'm here to help you sign a contract with WWE, become a millionaire, make something of yourself, and help this business thrive into the future. Champ, what say you down there, Jaeger, to Bully Ray's statement regarding to these people being released?
Bully Ray, I'm sorry. I'm a guy that's anti-ass kissing. I'm a guy that's I'm a guy that's all about putting in the work and getting rewarded for doing good work. When you have talent that's getting released, like pretty much barely out of injury recovery, when you got talent that's in active storylines, when you got talent that's getting TV time, whether it be lead-ups to WrestleMania like Aleister Black, or whether it be like loosely like going storylines, but still getting TV time like the Wyatt Six. Who were, I mean, again, like not exactly like super active, but still getting featured. When you got talent that's in the middle of a storyline like Kairi Sane, I can't speak on every individual wrestler on this list here, but like, what else are you gonna do? What else can you do for this corporate machine? And to like show that this is going on, like when he's talking about shaking hands and like having more sit downs, I'm like, is this what you did? I don't believe that this is what him and Devon did. People loved watching him and his brother like put people through tables.
They probably did it later. If we really
later, but
they probably did it later.
Yeah, but then when the fucking Attitude Era died off and we got to Ruthless Aggression and they started fading out, was he having the same opinion?
Nah, because he took his ass right over to TNA and became Bully Ray, and you know his career didn't happen in TNA. Yeah, and eventually they came back to WWE, but you know.
And I mean, is he really that great of a like? What? I'm sorry, I don't. Forgive me, man, but. What the fuck is Bully Ray doing right now with WWE?
Well, he's one of the people on LFG. He's one of the coaches and trainers on LFG. That's why.
So you want to talk from your high horse of LFG on what people should have been doing to stay with the company?
No, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man. You're featured on a program that's I know. You want to say something? Yeah, all right then. You're one of the top. You're one of the guys that's featured on LFG. I'm sorry. What's the viewership on LFG?
That's a great question. That is a great question.
Let's be somewhat for real here though. Bully Ray. Like, I'm sorry. You can't be coaching from the TV here.
Well, you know, that's what a lot of people tend to do. You know, armchair quarterback, you know.
Thank you. Armchair
Monday
quarterback.
Monday morning quarterback and all those things. So, you know, and once again, it's easy when you feel like your position is locked in and this, that, and the third. And of course, you know,
that you can weigh in and advise on others.
Yeah. And speaking of Bully Ray, again, so this is what he said about Bo Dallas. He says that he would have never got rid of Bo Dallas after the Wyatt 6 WWE release. That it would have been the right thing to do. I am shocked that the Wyatt 6 are no longer here. No, I'm not. However, I would have never got rid of Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas is the link to Bray. I would have kept Bo Dallas around. Now, walk with him through his storyline that he would have did for this. I would have kept Bo Dallas around. I would have kept the character doing something. Even if Uncle Howdy for the rest of his WWE career was trying to find a way to talk to Bray Wyatt, to The Fiend one more time. And that was his entire story, his entire quest, because the last time we saw The Fiend was in WWE. So Uncle Howdy was always searching the WWE for the door, for the Stargate to find The Fiend. And we always saw him. And as we move along in his story, someone is always trying to stop him. I would have kept Bo Dallas around. This goes way beyond the business. It goes beyond a bottom line in dollars and cents. To me, keeping Bo Dallas around would have been the right thing to do. So what are y'all thoughts on that?
Going right back to it. You can't. You know what? To just give my last little bit, and I'm gonna let Lip go on it. But like you said, Scoot, if somebody in TKO is not just straight up spooky. Yeah, exactly. If you got somebody in TKO that's just like, nah, I'm tired of this spooky shit around here. Let's get rid of that. That shit's creepy. You're already on an uphill battle. You're not gonna like it doesn't matter how many numbers you're like running up. It doesn't like matter how many asses in seats you're putting. If some bigwig doesn't like the spooky shit, then guess what's gonna happen? You're not gonna last very long.
Pretty much. Dizzle.
That's fucking terrible. Anyways,
there's a lot of validity to what Bully's saying. And I agree with most of what he's saying, because there are things that you can do outside of being inside the ring. And I mean, you can call it ass kissing, you can call it politicking in a way, but I mean, it's what gets most people in the positions that they're in, especially when it comes to WWE or professional wrestling as a whole, but primarily WWE, because I mean, perfect example, John Cena is one of the biggest politicers. And he doesn't necessarily get like the flack for it like that. But if I look for a more recent example, you can look at Ludwig Kaiser. Look what he did with Randy America. He has made himself, because I mean, he could have easily been a cheesy fucking character that would have had his walking papers during this round of releases if he did not do what he needed to do. But look where he's at now. He's made himself an undeniable, unfireable at this point star.
Pretty much.
And 9 times out of 10, that's due to him taking what they gave him. I mean, you could say the same thing with the Shorty G shit. Taking what they give you and making something of it. So when I listen to what Bully Ray says, I look at the Wyatt Six and I'm like, y'all had all that TV time, and not one time did anybody look at that shit and say, damn, I want to see more of them. It was more or less like, shit, this again? Okay, well, let me go see what I can go eat. Let me go to the restroom real quick.
Yeah, especially after that first month.
Yeah, so now, of course, there are some caveats to this, and where you can throw the asterisks up and say, hey, Kyrie, that doesn't apply. You know, Alistair, that doesn't apply. Zelina doesn't apply. Zoe Stark
I would think Nikki Cross. I would thought Nikki Cross it didn't apply.
It applies because she's roped in with the Wyatt Six.
With the Wyatt Six.
Okay, yeah. I mean, once again, they could have.
True. Now,
to be fair though, you're calling out things like Ludwig Kaiser, like being El Grande Americano. That's on his merit and working on that angle.
Exactly.
Well,
that's what I mean.
That's what he's saying, according to what Bully Ray is saying, that he's saying that Kaiser done the things to, like he said, make himself unfireable.
Yeah.
You know, he's done the things to make himself that, hey, if you fire Ludwig Kaiser, they probably gonna do him almost like Truth. You know, like, hey, you know, bring him back, you know, kind of.
Yeah.
So.
Look at the two parallels. Once Gable got hurt and they put that gimmick on Kaiser, he got the same amount of TV time that Wyatt Six did on SmackDown that he got on Raw. And the more that he worked, the more they kind of made something of it. He took in that part. And it seemed like if you watch the Wyatt Six, it looks like they just came in and was like, it seemed like they were tired of doing the fucking gimmick. That's the energy that I got from that, which is why I didn't care at all. And even to an extent with the Grande Americano -- 2, even I was like, oh shit, this again. But at the same time, you can look at AAA and it's like, shit, he doing something. But yeah, and I agree with the pitch that he made about Bo Dallas, because that would have been a fantastic pitch. If they would have leaned more into that when he was doing his interview vignettes about how he just felt about Bray. That was
especially segue. Too. Not only that, but it could have started with some of the people Bray had matches and feuds with, and this, that, and the third. Because you still had Miz there, you still had AJ there, Cena's there, Randy. So it could have started with some of the people who were still on the roster, and then it could have just been like, you know, but hey, you know. But at the same time, WWE, we know, ain't the most creative of companies anymore either.
Only counter I'm going to bring to that is, though, I'm sure John Cena even probably pitched, because remember, he wanted to do like a whole year-long farewell tour. He wanted to wrap up storylines and go back to things that like he went through in his career. I'm pretty damn sure that there was probably some mention of like a Bray Wyatt or like doing something with Bo Dallas or something like from John Cena to that, and PKO vetoed.
Well, John Cena is also going on record to be the type of person that doesn't want to rock the boat if the boat's already moving. Like he's not going to basically make stuff like he's going on to say this. Matter of fact, he's going on to say this recently when he talked about Mania, and then I think it was the interview that he had with Cody, where he had said that when they approached him about the heel turn and stuff like that, and he had stated that he's going to go with what they want to go with a few things, like if they came to him like with who he wanted to wrestle later on. He gave them a list of people that he wanted to wrestle, but at the same time, he didn't have full control over the storyline because, again, he's not going to make it a show all about him. And you know, that's to his detriment because I'm pretty sure it would have been a much better story if he had full control over it. But you know,
absolutely,
and I think
it would have.
Same thing with AJ. AJ. They something about AJ that happened too right before his retirement, where he didn't get what he wanted. So, and that's the thing that I slightly disagree with Bully about, because he's going off of how things were before, and where Vince was the one that was kind of running everything, and it's like you only really had to appeal to one person. Right now, you have to appeal to a full board of people that have different agendas, or you know, if you think about the same agenda, it would be money, but you know, and a lot of them
mind at any time.
Correct. And
let's be real, these shareholders probably got kids. They're not probably watching the product too much. They're probably listening to their kids or somebody else that's like, Dad, can you get John Cena to do this? Hey, Dad, do that. So when they probably heard their grandkid go, no, the White Six is scary, Aleister Black is scary, they probably say, you know what, I don't want to see this anymore.
Yeah. But you know, I'm waiting to see.
Watch a good couple of them.
I'm saying,
come back around Halloween Havoc.
Men and women do, and you know, sometimes you know they may circle back. Before we move on, what are y'all thoughts to the potential rumors that wrestlers in AEW do not want Aleister Black back?
It makes sense.
It's fair.
So
fair enough.
I think it's a situation where it's more on him, where he needs to talk to them, and if there's any things that he needs to mend, it's probably more on him than it is them. Because I mean, he did get a shot, you know, when he got released the first time, they brought him in, and then I don't know if he unceremoniously left. It seemed like it before, because I think there was a lot of rumors going on at the time.
Yeah.
So
it really does.
So yeah, I think this is more on him to mend that fence. I think he would do good over there. But you know, it all depends. It really all depends.
All right. Any closing statements before we move on?
Get Kyrie back for me.
I would say get Zelina and Aleister Black back, especially because they were in the like everybody that was in the middle of like something, or at least getting TV time. Like, bring them back. Like, give them the chance. Because it doesn't sound like this was done with warning.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of, so officially, we have our NXT call-ups. Like I mentioned, So Ruka, Joe Hendry, Ethan Page are officially Raw. And this past Friday, Fatal Attraction, that is mixing their names, Fatal Influence debuted. And this Friday, Blake Monroe and Ricky Saints will debut, with Ricky Saints having his final match in NXT this past Tuesday. So how are y'all feeling about these pretty much 6 call-ups?
I'm good with 4 out of the 6. There's a little bit of an asterisk on Soul and Joe Hendry.
Okay.
Joe Hendry, because I'm trying to see how much shelf life his gimmick has, and if he can float on his own.
It kind of seemed like if he wasn't It kind of seemed like if he wasn't aiming at Logan Paul on Monday, that whole segment could have been a dud.
Yeah. So that now with Soul, it's not so much with her being up there. Now, granted, I do wish that she probably would have stayed in NXT for a little bit longer to become NXT Women's Champion. But if she is to come up, I would rather have her on SmackDown versus a Raw.
Okay.
Now, Ethan Page, no brainer, no fucking brainer. He is in the perfect position that he's in right now. Give me more of it. Future WWE champion right there.
Absolutely.
Blake Monroe, I mean, all right. Nothing against her in any way, shape, or form when I say that. I'm just like, you know.
She kind of got fast tracked, if you ask me, but I'm not exactly mad at it.
To be fair, I don't think Blake was long to be in NXT, if I'm really being honest.
Yeah.
Hence why she probably never. Hence why she probably never won the NXT Women's Championship, because I don't think she was meant to be there long.
Which absolutely makes sense. Now I thought they were going to probably let her become women's champ, but you know, hey, maybe that little injury that she had sidelined that whole idea. Dick Satanis, I'm surprised that he's up now, but I'm not. You know, I'm cool with it. I'm absolutely cool with it. I'm ready to see what he's able to do. But the biggest W is Fatal Influence. The amount of heat that they got on Friday,
boy. That was Dominic Mysterio heat.
You couldn't ask for a better heel response from the fans. Like that right there.
Like they couldn't even talk.
She about to take that. The way that she took shit in NXT. She is about to get Obafemi levels of the negative adulation.
As long as there's no injuries.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, please, no injuries.
But yes, I 1000% agree. But yeah. So now, with that being said, let's move on to NXT, because now NXT is a brand new landscape. Now, this past Tuesday, we did get the debut of, we don't know his name yet. We don't know if he's gonna go by Evil. So, you know,
well,
I guess
if we don't like the spooky, he ain't gonna be long for this world. But yeah,
I guess we could do him like Prince at the moment. He's the artist formerly known as Evil. He did debut with Joe Hendry. We have Lizzie Rain, who's been taking the IWC by storm. She debuted against Nikita Lyons. Will Cruz debuted. Cam Hendricks from LFG and Evolve is now officially. Tristan Angels, who is on Evolve, has officially been promoted. There was somebody else. There was a couple of people that I said it was a lot of new faces that popped up on NXT, but of course, Evil is officially there in NXT, and you know, so now I guess we get to really see what Sean and Matt Bloom and Dizzle's favorite Robert Stone can cook up in NXT.
I will say this: what they did at that ending promo with
D'Angelo,
with D'Angelo was probably the smartest thing that they could do at this moment, because we last week we were talking about how, you know, they were taking everybody from NXT, like they had nobody and we didn't know what they were going to do. The smartest thing that they did after the artist formerly known as Evil comes in and then have quote unquote no names come in and attack D'Angelo trying to pick their spot, it's like, okay, that was smart, because it's like, okay, hey, all our big stars are gone, everybody notices it, so all the guys in the back are like, hey, I'm trying to pick my spot, which I think that's going to be the going consensus moving forward with everybody in the back, because then it's like we don't know who's going to step up at this point.
Well, I mean, it's like what Shawn Michaels had said to Robert Stone in the beginning. Sometimes you got to take a stick of dynamite and throw it in and see who runs up. You know?
Which is a big thing to what the fuck Bully was saying. It's like, hey, You got an opportunity. Go ahead and try to make your mark right now. Because if you don't, you're gonna lose a spot and then end up on the next round of layoffs.
Yeah. And speaking of NXT, some people might say it's good news, but officially starting this summer with the Great American Bash and at least the next 20, all of their PLEs, well, the next 20 NXT PLEs will air in its entirety on CW. So,
okay.
So, yeah.
Now, first and foremost, no disrespect to Ango. Anybody that follows Ango, watches Ango. I love Ango. Cool dude. There is something that I disagree with him on. And he was talking about this situation. Now, as far as the CW stuff, it's a first, to have something of a pay-per-view level thing be on not even regular cable TV, just regular syndicated basic ass
regular
television. It's a first, and I think it's one of the smartest things to do as far as to get eyes on the product. And this is where you would put your fucking ads. This is where I disagree with Ango, because he, in a way, I'm not going to say that he fully did it, but he, in a way, defended the whole ad stuff when it came to like PLE, saying, yeah, they need to have marketing, they need to do this, they need to do that. Where I agree with the fact that, yes, these products, these events do need that, but not to the extent that they had been done. It's very egregious. And the reason I say that is because if you're paying for something to get a premium live event, because again, that's what PLE stands for, premium. I shouldn't be getting the same, I shouldn't be getting the same feel that I would have if I was watching free TV. That's the problem that I have, because if I'm paying for something that's labeled as premium and I'm getting a basic experience,
you're not wrong.
That's a problem. Now, when you have situations like a Raw, a SmackDown, a Saturday Night's Main Event, an NXT PLE now at this point, or one of the special NXT events that they have on a regular show, like when they do Halloween Havoc or something like that.
Yeah.
I would expect you to throw the nines of marketing at those events, because it's like, hey, it's a special event. Hey, we're going to go ahead and do all this shit. No problem. But if I have a WrestleMania, a Survivor Series, a SummerSlam, shit like that, or a Royal Rumble, I shouldn't be getting the egregious amount of ads thrown at me when you're charging me, especially when you talk about charging people. Now, again, it's a little bit different with people that's physically there, but even then, we're getting the same amount of matches. They're not getting any special matches in between then.
No.
So I'm pretty sure they're waiting around
interviews. They're not getting nothing. And then too, and the thing is that I think the biggest issue I have, and this kind of ties into, Jaeger, that money ain't going to them.
Yeah.
Logistically, that money's not going back to the wrestlers. And if it is going back to the wrestlers, it's going to like your Romans and Cody's and, the ones who are at the top of the top. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only downside to it.
Yeah.
But
exactly,
Loki, exactly. But yeah,
you know what? Because I didn't think about that before, but I agree with you on that, because that does make a lot of sense. Because it's like, hey, if we get a massive payday, our main event players gets the high dollar bonuses on that, but it's like anybody that's in the mid card that's just on the fucking card, like let's say the 6-man tag with Usos, LA Knight, it's like, hey, you should just be lucky that you got a match on Mania. Don't worry about the extra money we're gonna give you. We gave you exposure, and you had speed in that match with you. So, yeah.
Yeah, you got YouTube viewers for that one.
Yeah.
Exactly. You potentially saw an uptick in your social media following because that's you should be happy. You should be happy with that, you know. So yeah. But speaking of NXT, before we move on, so WWE did come out and they pretty much said that they would not mind embracing AI, and we got our first glimpse of it this Tuesday. They had a Zarya segment, and yeah, just look at AI Zarya and then look at AI Soruka, and it was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You know, all right, like the best production team in the world.
I'm gonna take this.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and get this off my chest because, well, you know what? No. I'll save it for the get it off your chest segment.
No, go ahead and get it off now. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So this is just a personal belief as well as just in entertainment, wrestling, any type of creative. AI should not be involved in taking people's jobs.
Facts.
AI should not be involved in taking creative jobs, fucking anything like creative. Like I'm talking about art, I'm talking about like music, I'm talking about like promotions, like even to this degree. Like now, I understand that wrestlers can go ahead and sign this off to where they can have their likeness used in AI and all this shit. And apparently Zarya and Solruka have. That was on them to do. And I'm sure that they're probably getting like a little. I'm sure they're probably getting like a little fucking bonus for that, or some kind of like money interest from that. But
or they were voluntold.
Or they're being voluntold. Absolutely. But if these wrestlers are actually giving this likeness, they should be seeing some money to this. If the creative team in the back is getting a task taken off of their work plate, they should not be seeing any kind of drop in funds for it because of the way the company wanted to take it. Like AI, it should only be used as an accessory, not as an employee. It should be used, you know what? It should be I'm gonna go ahead and say it. For those that don't know, I'm about to educate you, but AI should be a glorified Clippy from Microsoft Word. It should be a fucking assistant tool to help you further in your life, to help. Like, it should be the Jarvis to your Tony Stark. It should not be your Tony Stark. And too many companies and too many fucking fields are trying to lean on AI and boost AI's popularity and all this shit. No, man, I've seen too many Terminator movies to see what the fuck can go wrong when you let AI just go wild and you let AI take over like every fucking aspect of life. I am anti-Skynet, and AI just seems like it's getting closer and closer to that fucking degree.
Yep. And the fans was quick to call this out and was like, "Nah, big dogs. Nah, get this AI.
Nah, yeah, we don't fuck with this." Thank you.
So, but Dizzle, you got anything to say before we move on from this?
Not entirely too much on it. Because when I first got wind of this, I saw the headline, and when I saw the headline, I immediately assumed that they were using AI to help write stories, and I was like, "Oh, well, this shit makes sense." But no, it was just this. So, no. I'm if this is the extent of them using AI, then I'm cool with it, but just do it better.
Okay.
Hopefully that's all they're using AI for, is to make fucking promos. But even then,
yeah,
we'll see.
You want to say something? What do you want?
Dizzle. Jaeger and I want to know: are you still in the car, big dog?
Look
in the car.
Look. Here,
are you still in the car with us?
After I saw the segment, the door's still open, but it's less ajar. It's less ajar. You know.
So if you didn't join us last week, the reference we were making was the Death Riders, everything. And pretty much Jaeger and I was saying, look, when it comes to Death Riders, we're still just here. We're just in the car.
Yeah.
They didn't already miss the turn, and we just here for the ride. Dizzle was like, let me out. I'm jumping out. So the new piece to this was on Collision. Moxley and Willity, shout outs to that boy Joseph. Moxley and Willity was having a conversation, and Moxley was like, look, you can take me out right now. You can do what you need to do. We'll even give you the tools to take me out. But just I know, right? I know, right? And you know what I'm saying? I give you the tools to take me out right now, but just know, in essence, you won't be a better Will Ospreay. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if you work with us, we can show you and pretty much build you up to be, you know what I'm saying, the best version of Will the Ospreay if you can be. And Will was like, man, cut these damn cameras off. I ain't about to answer right now. So this past Wednesday, Death Riders was doing a little training in the bowels of whatever building. And, you know, Willity shows up and he was like, all right, Mox, I'm here. You know, and, you know, so Dizzle, since you know what I'm saying, since you got the jar, since you got the door still ajar, how you feeling that Willity is going to pretty much train with the Death Riders, in essence, to be a better Billy Goat?
Well, the way I'm looking at it is that it's pretty much essentially just that. It's really just them making him a better version of himself, which is cool because this is why I like storylines like this, because it makes sense as to how somebody ends up stepping up to that next level, like into the main event scene. So I think the way that they're utilizing this, which is the main reason why I ain't jumped out the car yet, because it has nothing to do with the Death Riders for the most part. This just at this point, this is just Ospreay's training arc at this point, and they are just there to be there to assist him in this shit. So, yeah. Now, is this gonna help the Death Riders? Probably fucking not. And once this is all over, then I'll probably jump out the car. You know.
I'm in it. I'm into the gas runs out.
No, man, it's funny that you brought in training art because I can't remember the content creator, but I saw a little reel saying that Ospreay's and Death Riders, well, more Ospreay and Mox's storyline is something straight out of an anime. As far as like, this is the guy who what was it they referenced? They referenced Vinland Saga. Personally, I haven't seen too much of it, but
I haven't seen any of it. So.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
But personally,
not fully. Not
personally,
fully to
it's
that
like
extent, yeah.
Fair. Okay, I need to see it some more to be able to like give my say so on it. But essentially, I'm seeing this as now like, this is your biggest enemy, your biggest rival, who is like, oh, you want to beat me? Fine, you can beat me. You can kill me, you can do whatever you want, but like, you're gonna come out better for this. And you know what? You'll be more prepared to actually do that with ease versus with difficulty, like would be now. I see like they play their long games, and sometimes they come out crap, and sometimes, and in my opinion, most times they come out pretty well good, like pretty fucking well done. So I'm like Scoot said, I'm still in the car, just like, hey man, we'll get there. I like vibing with this. I like fucking with this. Like, this is entertaining at least. Like, a long road trip can really be cut down on time just because of the fun you have in the car. Right now, I'm having fun in the car.
Pretty much. Like, at this point, I went from excited about the road trip to, oh my God, are we there yet? To, you know what? I'm here.
What is it, like Han said in Fast and the Furious? We'll get there when we get there. At this point,
pretty much, we'll get there when we get there. When it comes to the Death Riders in this whole saga, we'll get there when we get there.
the main thing that throws me off about the Death Rider situation is just so much inconsistency. Because look, Mox is so serious with the shit when he's talking, and prime fucking example. Last night, right before he started talking to Ospreay, he looks at Pac and just starts repeatedly poking his belly, like, yeah, like what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? This is what that's the shit talk. That's the shit I'm talking about. And I guess he was so overcome with joy that Will showed up that he was like, I told you he'll show up. You know, like I told you, Pac. I told you. Pac's expression was the embodiment of what my face was. That's what I was like.
and see, I'm like John Moxley in the car at this point.
My foot was slowly going out the door, and I was like, and as soon as you start talking, I was like, let me put this foot back in and close the door just a little bit. Like, bro, crazy shit.
Doors, like hands still on the handle, just like, you know what, man, you're on thin ice.
Pretty soon,
for real.
Pretty soon, we're gonna cut them child locks on. You won't be able to open the door.
Yeah,
it was like Mox was like, oh shit, Bucky's is the next stop, and I was like, oh well, shit, let me just stay in the car just for a minute. That shit was right there, bro.
I could stay here for Bucky's.
I go stop at the Bucky's because I was stay in the car for a little bit longer.
You know, you ain't say Bucky's was on the agenda. You know,
you're right.
I know that. You ain't say Bucky's was gonna happen. You know,
Liv is over here like, you know, worst case, I'll get out there. You know, I'll hit you ride somewhere else.
Thoughts and feelings on Anthony Bowens being part of the ops?
Little overdue, but I'm glad he's there.
Okay.
I think they were trying to figure that out as far as his storyline goes, but I saw that as a potential shift for a minute. So I'm happy for it. Anthony Bowens is a fantastic performer. As long as he gets the time that's needed for he can show his ability, I'm here for it.
Okay.
On paper, everything seems right. I need to see the execution because I don't know what they're gonna do with this new ops group, and that's my situation. I'm like, I don't know. I like what y'all writing down. I like what y'all telling me. Let me see
the execution. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
So also Dynamite started off with MJF taking on the Jet Kevin Knight for the TNT Championship. And I'm not gonna lie, a part of me was like, they ain't about to give MJF this championship, are they? Are they? And then, you know, before I get to the closing moments, they gave a pretty solid match. Like whatever AEW got cooking up with their TV matches, my goodness, please keep doing it. But they put on a pretty solid match, and then, you know, MJF
giving this shit for free.
For free. MJF grabs the championship. The ref takes the championship. He puts on the Dynamite ring. Kevin Knight took him to Dick Kick City, or in this case, Low Blow Alley, because you know he Low Blow Alley. So he took him to Low Blow Alley, hit him with a roll up. 1, 2, 3. The Jet is still your TNT champion.
So Alley was gonna be there like that.
Shit. Now, Darvington comes out and pretty much was like, "Hey, MJF, you still want this title match, but you still haven't offered me nothing yet." And he pretty much said, "But there is a man in this ring that I would offer the championship match to," which was the Jet, Kevin Knight. And Brody King comes out and was like, "Which, I'm sorry, I'm now in the same boat with Dizzle. Why Brody King got to come out and be echoing the same shit?" Like, Brody King, as much as I love Brody King, he didn't have to come out and pretty much be like, "Well, Darby, I'm going to be champion after tonight, and Kevin Knight, you're going to be fighting me next week." You don't get your thick ass.
You said that last. Like, just
He pretty much
man,
said, "You get your thick ass back in the ring."
they could have just saved that shit. Could have just saved that shit for like a backstage segment, something like that.
But yeah,
Like where he bumps into Kevin Knight, going like, "Hey man, just letting you know, you're gonna have to face me. You ain't facing Darby."
You know what the problem is? And I just now, as y'all were talking, I just now realized what it is.
What's that?
It's all right. Let's take the example of Hangman. Hangman plays his part well. You know, when you get cowboy shit, is on deck. Now when we met Hangman, fucking sweetheart. You can tell.
Yep.
Yes.
He is just the nicest fucking person. You could tell, like, if he's at home, family man on deck, he ain't on no cowboy shit. He on father husband shit.
We can even update that. Swerve was a sweetheart.
No, true.
Oh,
But Swerve still had Swerve swag though.
That is true, but still, the man who burned Bandito's poster was not the man we met.
Well, true.
So
that's true.
So the
Man choking people with chains is not the man we met.
The thing with Brody is it feels like he doesn't know how to switch off like his regular personality and his actual character. Because I think he's not like when he comes out and he's talking, it sounds like he's talking as if he's that family man trying to play wrestler. That's how it comes off to me, as opposed to like when he was with House of Black and he was just that silent brute killer, you know, or like whenever he's with Bandito and when he's in the ring, it's like his actions speak for him. But like when he gets on the mic, it's almost like that same persona doesn't transfer through the lips to the mic.
Especially when you see this giant dude, all the tattoos and everything, and you're like, wasn't expecting that.
That's what because the presentation is there. When he comes out, you know, when he wrestles, it is all there. But as soon as that mic hits, and it's like it's not like he's a bad promo. It's just,
you know what it is? Only because now it just hit me. Brody King is the white Keith Lee. Because remember, Keith Lee is like that. Brody King is the white Keith Lee, because both of these some giant dudes, but their personas on the mic and everything. And you're like, was not expecting
a good fucking point.
You are, that really is. That really
a really good point.
Is
only because you just said it. It was like, you know. So, yep, I see it now. But speaking of,
man, Keith Lee talked like an exalted one almost, but that was part of his gimmick.
Do you think Swerve is going to be the one to get that championship off of Bandito now? Since, you know, because it was clever the way AEW did that segment, because last week they did the segment and it had you thinking it was a Bandito vignette, but then when they redid the segment and expand further, it was a Swerve vignette, and he was burning Bandito's once posters.
Yes, we love them. Oh, girl, shit.
That Swerve is getting that ROH championship off of Bandito. I know how much you've been wanting Andrade to be the one, but do you think Swerve is going to be the guy?
Well, yeah, we'll see. Because here's the thing. Adding Swerve to the mix makes it make way more sense. Primarily because it gives him something to do as opposed to having these rinse and repeat blood feuds with the Kenny, with the Brody, and then getting everybody tired of that. But taking him and putting him in this situation where he gets to be put on top of the mountain on something else, and then at this point potentially make ROH more prominent, something that an Andrade really wouldn't be able to organically do without him being forced into segments to then putting Swerve at the top of ROH is going to make people seek out ROH. So at this point, as much as I would hate to just throw Andrade in a bin, it makes so much more sense to go ahead and have Swerve do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Now, if you are making Andrade a face at this point, then he might need to go ahead and either get the TNT Championship or get the Continental Championship or the shit off of fucking Okada. So
well,
if that's the case, yeah.
Well, Okada did defend his championship against Ace Austin. He retained, but remember, Okada is going against Takeshita at Double or Nothing, so maybe that's when the title may come off of Okada.
That's true.
Also, we have the Brawling Birds, Jamie Hayter, Alex Windsor, beat up on Emily J and Jordan Blade. I mean, yeah. We also had Cope and Cage take on RPG Vice, which they got beat up on.
Hey, I'm happy to see RPG Vice, man.
Right.
That's a callback to the New Japan.
Right. How y'all feeling about Cope and Cage's street fight now being a street fight I Quit match versus FTR?
I personally like the idea because we have not seen FTR outside of a I don't want to say regular type of wrestling match like in the ring, but like that's the best terminology I have in my head right now. I'd like to see them out of their element, like, because it's just been a while since we've seen that out of FTR.
Okay. The Divine Dominion, Statlander, and Sheeta retained against Divine Dominion of Megan Bain and Lena Cross defeated Statlander and Sheeta for the women's tag championships. And then our main, was there anything? Oh, FTR. Well, so thoughts on this, since the conglomeration viciously attacked Stokely, viciously attacked that man. They're going to have a double Jeopardy match. They're going to have a double Jeopardy match next week on Dynamite. Dax taking on Orange Cassidy. If Orange Cassidy wins, 2 members of the conglomeration gets a tag team title match. If Dax wins, then they get a title shot for the Trios Championships, and they introduce that Tommaso Ciampa will be their third.
I was about to say, I know it's not Stoke.
Nah, it's Tommaso. Well, no, Stoke did say, as much as y'all would love to see me going and fight, it's not going to be me. It's going to be the psycho killer, Tommaso Ciampa. And Dizzle got the biggest Kool-Aid smile on his face.
I mean, dreams do come true. You know what I'm saying? Talk shit, get hit. A lot of that. I don't care about the I Quit match unless the reason that FTR loses those championships is if Stokely is the one that says I quit.
Oh, that would be a trash stipulation. That if Stokely says it, that would be ass juice.
Oh,
I'd be here for it.
See?
That would be trash can bottom of a BFI dumpster juice.
Damn. BFI,
the bottom of it. But whatever.
Yeah, the conglomeration did something right. They finally did something right.
Whatever. In your main event, Darvington taking on Big Brody King for the AEW World Championship. I wasn't mad at this match, but once again, maybe because we've seen Darby and Brody so many times, or maybe because Darby is on this arc of I'm going to defend the championship weekly, that I did not see Brody winning this championship at all. Mm-hmm. Like there was nothing that was going to be like, yeah, we're going to stop Darby's reign 2 weeks in.
Oh, I've got a theory on how we finally get Max and Darby again. But
what you got? What you got? No. What you got?
I think like Max is gonna keep running out of options, like to pick up a belt or to do something that'll be like of note. As far as like putting up some kind of a stipulation. But what's accolade he just acquired? What's a something of worth of value that he could possibly trade that was recently acquired?
His wedding ring.
Aside from that, I would say his stipulation that Hangman can never challenge for that belt again.
Exactly what I was thinking.
So you know what?
I'm thinking he's going to run out of options. Yeah, and he's going to have to offer that.
All three of us kind of had that same idea. I say, watch, MJF is going to offer his "I could never challenge for the belt again" situation. So.
Yep.
I'm hoping that, and then watch it. Assuming Darby gives him that after he's beat to shit and agrees to Max on that stipulation. Watch, we're gonna get Max winning, and as soon as Max wins, we're gonna see Hangman walk down that fucking ramp.
You know what? I really want to know what's gonna be the thing that's gonna make Hangman the hypocrite. Like, what's gonna be
this would save him from that.
Happen that's gonna make Hangman. Well, remember, Hangman can't challenge again. Period. It wasn't as long as MJF wasn't. It was, he essentially did the Cody Rhodes shit. So I wonder what's gonna make Hangman go back on his word. Because somebody's going to do it.
I think he's going to probably... This is me putting the prediction hat on, but I'm thinking it's going to be... He's going to see something so egregious out of insert champ name here. To where he either comes to their rescue or he's like, you know what? Or, you know what? It makes him just go full heel on that front. And he just is like, you know what? No, fuck it. I guess I am a hypocrite. And then gets in there.
My money's still on Swerve.
You think so?
Oh, that okay.
Because I mean they've already had their blood feud and shit. And well, because they said the blood feud and shit, and then the fact that Swerve his heel turn only crosses paths with the AEW championship. He's gonna have to get that title while he's a heel. So
yeah. And see, this is the thing that upsets me with the parallels of this Darby situation and with this FTR situation. Both men, like Darby is like, I'm gonna defend this championship every week, but then it's like, all the roads are going to lead to MJF. Then it's like with FTR, they're like, yeah, we're also beefing with the conglomeration, but we're also beefing with Cope and Cage. So it's like, which one is going to drop first? Either FTR is going to beat Cope and Cage and they're going to take on the conglomeration, or the conglomeration is pretty much a speed bump on the way to Cope and Cage. And it's like, I ain't the biggest fan of that type of booking, because then you're not letting me know come next week, Kevin Knight is not about to beat Darby Allin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
yeah, they're gonna put on a good match and a decent match, but in the end, Knight is not about to be a champ at the end of it all. So, but yeah, like I said, that's just
especially a double champ, right?
Especially, yeah, he'll be World and TNT. Yeah. Well, that's if he retains against Hook on Saturday. So if Kevin Knight beats Hook Saturday, then yeah, he could be champ.
I'm predicting Samoan Joseph to show up for that match.
I'm gonna say, yeah. So unless they pull the trigger on giving the TNT Championship to Hook, then we can kind of get one of them. Are they gonna do this? Situation. So. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, y'all, that was pretty much wrestling, y'all, this past week. And with that being said, we get to that segment that y'all love oh so well, aka get it off your chest. Jaeger, you know what I'm saying, dropped some bars earlier about WWE and AI. Jaeger, you got anything else you want to get off your chest?
You know what? No, I'm not done. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I thought you said Dizzle for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
Hey, he gave me part two.
I'm not. No. I'm not done on this AI shit. Like, what like, this can be the beginning of a very. Nobody gives a fuck about it to this degree, but so I'm gonna dial it back. This could be the beginning of a very just eye roll, annoying ass like pattern of promotion for TKO WWE. Like, this could be the start of something very, very, very just, oh, another fucking AI promotion. Oh, like
because in the end, it's gonna cost some jobs.
Absolutely. People are going to get fired over this, whether or not this shit runs well. Unfortunately. Like, people are going to, like, that's the biggest, like, legitimately, I would not have a problem with AI if it wasn't costing so many people so many jobs, as is now. But, like, to continue to use the AI, you're going to have a whole, you're going to start seeing creative get laid off. You're going to start seeing, like, artists for fucking for bulletins, for fucking posters, like all that shit on the trucks that everybody's like, oh damn, it's got all of our stars on it, blah blah blah. That's gonna start being all AI generated, and it's a very slippery slope. And I'm sorry, but and I'm bringing a little real world into this, but there is a bubble around AI right now, and that shit is gonna pop. And not in the good way, like we think about it in the IWC. The shit is gonna like pop.
Like I saw someone said, I wish we were still in the days where AI meant Allen Iverson.
Absolutely.
I wish
because like, no, AI should be used to do maybe some final touches on shit. It should not be taking over people's whole jobs. People should not be getting laid off for artificial intelligence. And this is hopefully not, but this looks to me like the start of a very bad trend. I'm sorry that it's reaching the wrestling universe, the wrestling multiverse.
Because I'm not necessarily mad at you in that take, to be honest with you. Mr. Deasley, you got anything to get off your chest this week?
Yeah, I do. But to piggyback off of the AI stuff, personally, I think if you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, and I'm speaking on creative, you deserve to have AI take your job. Because if you got something that can write something better than you, and you're hired to do that, it's your fault. That's your fault. Because and this is from a creative aspect. I know if I write a song, that's me. It's me. You're not going to get the type of emotion that I can put on something and get the same thing from an AI thing. I'm not letting that happen. That's from a creative, that's from an artist perspective. These guys in creative, you're getting paid a good amount of money for $1 billion company to be able to write quality television and segments. Don't let a computer tell you how to do your job, especially if it's from here organically.
Ooh, I got a counterpoint to that, but I'll let Scoot get his
No, go
bars
ahead.
off
No. Go ahead.
I mean, this is still like I haven't done my get off chest. This is still just a AI conversation.
Okay, cool. My only counterpoint to that is, say you put out your best work musically, like art wise, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The AI model will take your shit and then mix it with other top performing artists, whether that be, again, musically, creatively, whatever, in other aspects, and then proceed to one up you on your own shit as well as other other greats. Like, it will take the database of hundreds of top artists, hundreds of like other people, mix your shit in with that, and then use that against you. I'm sorry, but the human is not exactly able to compete with that.
And you know what I say to that?
What's that?
Challenge accepted, because now we got ourselves a goddamn competition. Because again, if you're not willing to compete for your spot, you don't deserve it.
No. There's nothing wrong with competition amongst humans.
That's what I'm saying. I'm willing to go up against a fucking AI. I don't got no problem with it. Because if I'm looking at it from this perspective and I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all say this shit can do better than me? Let's go. Game on.
So to be fair, I'm not mad at his thinking, because in the end of the day, if you're a true creative, as what people say, then you really shouldn't let that overtake your creativity. So I'm not necessarily mad at that.
I don't disagree with that. What I disagree with is, watch while you put out that best work, and how much time did that take you to do that? The AI will tomorrow take your work, or like everybody you're competing against, and take your best work that you just put out that took you however long to do, and just one up that.
All right. So then now
it's you versus Legion on a daily basis.
How many AI images have you seen where the image has like 8 fingers on one hand?
Plenty.
8 fingers? It's been a minute.
Yeah,
now,
but what
AI is evolving by the day, is what I'm trying to say.
But what my point is that it's not perfect, still flawed.
Yes.
Which means that it's not impervious to what I can do, which means it's on the same level as me. Look, we spent a whole bunch of time growing up watching all types of anime. Goku has been the prime example. Frieza had a 1 million power level. Goku was sitting at a smooth 400,000 before he hit Super Saiyan. This motherfucker didn't say shit. He said, nah, we gonna see what we can do. And then he found, look, I'm never gonna be convinced.
Frieza didn't come back tomorrow with 2 million power level, 4 million. That took a while.
No, I'm talking about just the Frieza saga in general.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is that I'm never gonna have a defeatist mentality. So my thing is, again, they're already in a creative position where it's like they have the position, and if you rest on your laurels and you're just like, this is cool, and then you let something that is imperfect come in and then still take your spot, that's still your fault. Now, if it was experimental and TKO came in and said, hey, you know what, guys, we already got AI here, we're just gonna go ahead and lay all y'all off, not even giving them a chance, and they just said, hey, if we can go ahead and let them do it, we can save us some money, go ahead and ship this in, then I'd be like, you know what, no, that's fucked up, you shouldn't do that. Because you don't, there's no guarantee. But if you got people that's already in a position and it's just like, hey, what y'all been doing? Ratings is going down. People are complaining. Now, if this situation, now if we can start, because now right now that this right here is what it is. They're starting with the promo segments, with the vignettes. They're like, okay, cool. Vignettes can do it here. All right, let's see what they can do with the storylines. Let's see if we can type into, see if they can make a better storyline. Then it's going to get to the point to where then it's like, okay, we'll see. Which means if I can see this shit and I'm not even in the company, they should be able to see this shit from a mile fucking way and be like, hey, shit, hey, that shit coming. step your game up, step your pin up. Let's get these storylines working. Let's make sure that we got shit ready for WrestleMania 45 written in this bitch.
And my counter to that, well, yes, as far as their writing for WrestleMania and leading up to it, that shit was sloppy. But put it like this. Since you want to keep it on, or since we're using Dragon Ball Z as an analog here, Vegeta thought he was the hottest shit because he was finally able to go Super Saiyan, and he destroyed a good couple of androids. He met Android 18, got his ass beat, and then what did he do? He went into the fucking hyperbolic time chamber, fucking trained for a year, got his shit up. Then here comes Cell. He was beating Cell's ass all left and right. Cell then absorbs one person, Android 18, funny enough, and Vegeta could not do a goddamn thing against that person.
You know why?
But hold on. To Marcus's point, Vegeta told him to do it.
But also,
no. You see, that's the complacency he's talking about. Like, hey, getting a little resting on the laurels. I get that part. But I'm saying Vegeta put in a year's worth of training to be where he was at to face, like in this conversation, an AI machine. And then not even a day, just like a day went by, and this AI machine far surpassed him.
Yeah, but you also know what happened with that though, because Vegeta looked at this position here with his complacency and said, "Hey, I'm here. I'm good here." You know what Goku did? Goku said, "Hey, I see what Vegeta did here. This shit still ain't good enough. So I'm going to do this." Even though knowing that Cell was this, because what happened after that? Vegeta went back in hyperbolic time chamber. You know what Goku and Gohan did? They didn't go back in. They sat in Super Saiyan form the entire time to be able to master just that basic form, because he knew that. So I'm saying, is that good?
But even then, Goku wasn't the one that beat Cell,
because he already knew what would beat him. That's the thing, though. Because again, he's not allowing himself to get complacent. He knows his limitations here, but he also knows what can fix the shit, which would be Gohan.
But Gohan jumped to Super Saiyan 2 like AI.
But you see what you're doing though. You're having the defeatist mentality. Because
I'm not at all.
You are. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because your thing is, but this, as opposed to, I see this, I got this. I see this, I got this, as opposed to, oh, I see that, but this, but wait, but that.
You know what? I'll take that back. There is a defeatist mentality for the corporate machine, because the corporate machine likes to likes to see results like that. They like to see their money go only one direction, and that's up.
That is true.
The corporate machine will say, hey, if I can get better shit from a machine now versus letting something cook from a human creative, they will take that every day. Doesn't matter how much of a training arc you do, because again, what is a training arc? That shit takes multiple days. That shit takes weeks, takes fucking months sometimes.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking about the training arc though. I was just talking about the mindset.
No, you know what? That's fine. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll give you that on the mind as far as the mindset goes. The corporate machine does not give a fuck about whether you have a defeatist mentality and you say challenge accepted. The corporate machine only wants to see the money go one direction, and that's up. They don't give a fuck about the people that are losing their jobs, their livelihoods in the process.
Well, I mean, so to be fair, what ties it back around is us as consumers and viewers. The way they call that shit out in NXT, we should call that shit out when we notice, like, this storyline kind of ass. You know, so we should still, you know what I'm saying?
Now, and to Scoot's point with that, this is also where the problem lies. And I said this on my night one rant, is that no matter how much we complain about the shit that's going on, the people that we complain about aren't really going to get the backlash. It's really going to be the performers and stuff that's on screen. And it really wouldn't matter because at the end of the day, there's still going to be people that shell out money for tickets to go there. There's some people that shell out viewership and stuff like that, because we can't stop that, because everybody's not going to vote with their wallet, unfortunately. Because there's always going to be somebody.
That concept.
No, they can't. They can't, because everybody is selfish to an extent.
FOMO is real. Yeah.
And when you have people that have the money to do something, like a green shirt guy, like a Brock Lesnar shirt guy, like a red hat, blue shirt guy, there's always going to be those guys that look at the opportunities where it's like, okay, well, there's got people that's voting with their wallet. They're not buying these spots. Okay, there's a few seats up here that I can jump into and actually purchase because I have the money for it. And then and that's the unfortunate part. That's the main thing, because they're not going to look at it, which is why fans like us, if we're sitting here and we're getting the shit in the stick and we're complaining, they're not looking at it from the perspective of, damn, we're pissing off our loyal fans. We're like, okay, well, we lost them, but we're still making money. That's the main issue.
Exactly.
So at this point, it's really to put the fucking blame on the IWC that keep fucking shilling for this shit. Because I mean,
I agree.
Triple H, like, even if you let's just throw the creative blame on Triple H hypothetically for this, just for this example.
I was about to say we already know that it's TKO now, but yes.
Even if he just made just shit creative back to back and viewership fell off, at the end of the day, it's still not going to matter, because all we're going to do is just be pissing in the fucking wind, unfortunately, because nothing's really going to change unless the board members or shareholders see something that they don't like, and then they're like, hey, we got to do this. So, matter of fact,
honestly,
go ahead.
Honestly, IWC, I want y'all to start voting with your wallet. I mean, I've been wanting this for a while, but now more than ever, AI is not going to save us from this shit.
That's my get it off your chest right there. We got one fucking year, and we're probably going to get the worst WrestleMania, or one of the worst WrestleManias, if it's booked the way that they have been booking shit anytime they go over there.
Mm-hmm.
If you motherfuckers do not start voting with your wallet, voting with your viewership, voting with your fucking attention, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And it's not going to be a situation where we're in like the mid 2000s where viewership fell off and I had stopped watching it for a little bit. It's going to get to the point where TKO looks at this shit and say, hey, it's a dying brand, and they completely change it. And then WWE becomes a shell of itself in the worst fucking way. It ain't gonna be how Vince wanted to say that, if Vince was there, because that's his baby, and like he's like, I'm gonna just keep it running for as long as I can. No, TKO will not hesitate.
We'll just turn it off.
Yeah, we'll dead the fucking company. So
or try to sell it off to the whoever, just so they can try to recoup something.
And you know who's gonna buy it?
Saudi
Arabia. Yeah. We ain't even got a lesser of two evils in this situation. It's just bad and worse.
But yeah, and I technically don't have to get it off your chest this week, because I feel like these two conversations were pretty good, especially with the AI situation. So once again, let's make AI stand for Allen Iverson again. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to those times. We used to be a proper society at times.
We used to be a society.
At times. But with that being said, y'all, this episode of Tag Me In, aka TMI, is done for. With that being said, I'm gonna pass it over to the TPC and let him do that thing that he do oh so well.
Of course, people. Whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave all your comments, questions, concerns down below. Go ahead and continue to leave the congratulatory messages for Jaeger and myself, and condolences for Scoot, because, you know, matter of fact, no, congratulations for Scoot, because right now, I have to admit, dude is a GOAT in the predictions game. So, you know, hey, he deserves congratulations as well.
He sure is. This guy up here.
Also, make sure you tag the subscribe button, tag the like button, tag notification bell so you get notified on everything that we drop on a weekly basis, as well as checking out Leo's channel, checking out Juggs' channel, any and all that good shit. But of course, as I go ahead and warm up the Too Sweet for the Bros real quick with a good old bada 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 bam. Bam. And of course, until you see these handsome faces and hear these immaculate voices, we bid you all adieu. And until next time, you beautiful, 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 beautiful mother effers. Tag the fucketh. Click, click. Ow.
Dollars make a way to make a change. Gotta be insane to make them same mistakes again. So I'm switching lane to lane.